We're down in Melbourne today for the Arnold Classic, which begins tomorrow. We're kicking it off with our figure and bikini girls. So we've got 4 girls going up and they're all looking absolutely wicked. Absolutely wicked. I'm excited. I'm not really excited. Right now, I'm chewing on some Skittles. So, I was feeling a little bit sluggish my workout today. I only had about 300, 400 grams of carbs. I'm a little bit behind my carbs. So I went up the road to the local 7-Eleven and ate some Skittles in the gym. And a lot of people in the gym, because I don't go to that gym obviously, I was at Doherty Flinders, and it's not where I usually train out. They all look at me like, what the fuck is this dude doing? So, good times. Anyway, so, first of all, you're going to see a whole heap of really shredded tan people walking around behind here, and that's because we're in the house with all the athletes, and everyone's peaking, ready to get into it. So that is why there's going to be heaps of people walking around the back. Plus, you're also going to see my man Paddy Roach, who's just started with us recently. Okay, so we're going to introduce him today. There he is. Paddy, say hello. Do a big wave. We'll get you on. We'll get you on when you fix up your phone.
Yeah, 100%.
Optus is stuffing around Paddy, so he hasn't been able to get on his phone. So he's sorting all that out, and then he's going to come over later. Right? Who we got on the line? Petey Robig, welcome, brother. Vic, how are you? I don't know, of Muscle Republic. Adam Blake, how are you, legend? Tommy Begley, Rob, Kyle, Tommy's asking for a flex show, get the lights out. Probably not, bro. People need to pay me a lot for that. In fact, funny story, before we get into this, I get asked all the time to do flex shows, right? Flex shows. And these guys, they're really creepy over Instagram. Fuck, I should read out some of the creepy Instagram messages I get, hey. These guys always ask me, like, oi, how much money can I pay you for a flex show? Just a private one, a discreet flex show. And pretty much what they want to do is they want me to flex in front of the camera while they do, you know, unscrupulous things on the other end of the camera. Really fucking weird. This shit happens all the time. You like that, Paddy? Yeah. So yeah, fun fact. That's what actually happens, like, all the time. Super fucking weird. Who else we got? Eli, Mickey Slob, Trish, how are you, brah? Tommy Begley. Guys, if you're on here, say hello as well. Give us a comment, give us a wave. I don't know who's on here and where you're from, so tell me that. Alrighty. As Faye, who we got? Mick Slobrex says, I reckon you've done them, the flex shows. Mate, I'll never ever do a flex show. Funny enough, I actually said a bloke, he was like, oh yeah, do one for me. I'm like, yeah, okay, 100k, and I'll do it. And he didn't pay me. I probably would have done it for 100k, you know? 30-minute flex show, 100k. I don't know what my dignity's worth, but yeah, probably about 100k for 30 minutes. not gay, but 50 bucks is 50 bucks. Who we got on here? Chris Bertov, good to see you, brother. Adrian said, I've never heard of that shit, the old flex show. Some people are weird. Man, you can call it weird, but like fucking the end of the day, they're doing them. That's what they enjoy. So, yeah. Who else we got? Tori Mitchell, Tony Landers, Azzy, how are you, legend? Northern Rivers, New South Wales, from Tommy Gunn. Azzy, Shane Loosewaite, good to have you here, Shane, as always. Darcy, how are you, mate? Alright, let's get cracking on into this. And we've got Mitch Riley on as well. So, my supplement stack. I've been asked this over and over again. James, what supplements are you actually taking? So everyone who trains with me knows that I'm a big fan of supplements. What we do is we cover all bases. We do literally absolutely every single thing we can in order to, you know, make sure that your whole life is optimized. So everything from, you know, your cognitive function to your digestion, to your sleep, to your performance in the gym, to your recovery, muscle relaxation, nerve relaxation, the whole lot. So yes, we do kind of go hard with supplements with our clients, but kind of not. Compared to me, I'd say not. So what I'll do every single day, the first thing I do when I get up in the morning is I'll start taking my cognitive function supplements, okay? I'm up each morning early, you know, normally around 5 or 6, just depending on how rested I feel. And that's bang. The first thing I do is get up and get in the cognitive function ones. So they're your theacrines, your theanines, my acetyl L-tyrosine, and then my 5-HTP, a bit of theanine, and then sometimes some GABA. Really cool fact about GABA, glutamine, and glutamic acid, is that they will actually help to bring like used up, rubbishy neurotransmitters from the brain and helps to kind of get rid of them and excrete them. So if you're struggling with focus, if you're getting brain fog, if you're not able to calm down after having a bit of coffee or some adrenaline, increase your glutamine, glutamic acid or GABA intake and it'll actually help do that, right? So that's why I take that one. So that's why I take, first in the day. Tommy Guns just asked right now, how do you get through the down days? Mate, number one, I don't really have down days. Like, my life's pretty fucking wicked. All I do is make people shredded, happy, I work with anti-aging, male cognitive enhancement. Jeez, bro, I've got a pretty wicked life. And then on top of that, I lift all day, no, not all day, but I lift every single day. So I don't really get many down days. But I guess when I do go through tough times, the best way to boost that, what I find, is to increase your dopamine and increase your GABA. So make sure you're relaxed. The biggest reason that people start getting really fucking smacked with depression or anxiety is because they've got no confidence and they've got they're unable to unwind, alright? You don't back yourself and you can't calm yourself down, alright? You'll have a shit situation, and it'll be running through your head, playing through your head all the time. And you just can't, let it go. And you're just thinking about it and you're stewing on it and it really, really sucks. The easiest way is to increase your dopamine, increase your GABA, alright? Do those two things, bang, you'll instantly start feeling better. It's not going to make you perfect, but you are going to be better, literally straight away. And Tommy's also asked, how did I get here? Fuck, man, that's a long, long story. I'll probably do a whole live on that one day after this. But pretty much the short of it was, number one, I studied. Okay, so I studied my arse off. I spent a shitload of time at university, plus a shitload of time outside of university studying. So I actually got a degree in medical science and a shitload of diplomas and stuff on top of that as well. Fuck, I might have like 10 of them, maybe 15 diplomas, just in stuff that I wanted to learn. Plus then I've also done consults, and plus then I've also worked with a whole heap of people who are like high up in the industry, and then I've trained a shitload of people too. On top of that too, I also competed at a very, very high level. So I've competed as an IFBB pro, got my pro card when I was 20. I'm the youngest person to ever get an IFBB pro card. I think youngest or second youngest, one of the two. But pretty much by a very young age, I'd already got my pro card, so I was competing as a pro bodybuilder by the time I was 20, and then competed all around the world, done a whole heap of shows and all that. So that built up, both my reputation and my knowledge at the same time. And then getting to where I am at the moment, mostly it comes back down to just continued learning and a focus on giving value. You guys know that I give a whole heap of shit out for free, and the thing is, I'm not really focused on bringing, trying to put stuff out to get it back, if that makes sense. I give out more stuff for free than what I do that is paid. And the reason why that works is because, well, number one, the biggest thing in the world is that if you give out positivity, you get it back, right? And I'm a massive believer in that. And that's probably one of the reasons why, I get to do what I do every single day. On top of that too, if you can just help people for free, people recognize that and they say, that guy's fucking good at what he does, and I am. And so that's probably the other reason why I am where I am. Really good question, mate. We'll go into that deeper, right, Ian? Okie doke, we just had Big Wally here join in, and Gemma. Pleasure as always to have you here, Gemma. So the next one, so we just covered my AM stack, my cognitive enhancement stack, and all the stuff around that. Next one is my workout supplements. What am I taking around my workouts? BCAAs and a shitload of dextrose, okay? I normally have about 400 to 500 grams of carbs around my workout. Pre-workout, I have 100 grams of, that's like my 60 to 90 minutes pre-workout, 100 grams of carbs from generally a complex carb source. Pre-workout, I'll then have 100 grams of carbs from dextrose, plus about 20 grams of BCAAs, 10 to 20 grams of BCAAs. Those Subito ones that I use, that I recommend, the Amino Supreme by Subito, they're the ones I take. Intra-workout, I then have another 100 grams of dextrose, plus another 10 grams of amino acids from Subito. Post-workout, have another 100 grams of dextrose, and then, have, sometimes I have amino, sometimes I don't, depending on how I'm feeling. If I need more electrolytes, which that supplement contains, then I'll pump in some more of them. But that's mostly it. It's about 400 grams of carbs around my workouts. The reason why I'm doing that at the moment is just because I need more carbs. I just need to grow, I need to keep going with that. So I'm constantly chowing them down. Hence why, I'm still chowing down my Skittles right now. And they're fucking amazing. They're so good. a question I get on that as well all the time is like, dude, why aren't you getting fat? And the thing is, when you work your body correctly, you can chuck in thousands of grams of carbs, not thousands, like 1,000 grams of carbs and not get fat. You know, my body composition really hasn't gone downhill at all. I put on a little bit of water, my gut got a little bit distressed, my skin jacked up a little bit, got a little bit pissed off at me, you know, so I wasn't doing things quite correctly. But if you look after your body, then dude, there's no reason why you can't eat a shitload more. Okay? So that's pretty much all the stuff around my workout. I get in EAAs, BCAAs, electrolytes, all in that amino supreme, and then the dextrose. That's pretty much key. As far as pre-workouts go, I just fucking love lifting, so I don't need anything to G me up. I don't need any theocrine, tyrosine, or any brain boosters like that. I'm already fucking high as anything, you know, all through the day from what I've already set up in the morning. A lot of people, though, I do recommend that you take theocrine, or some tyrosine, a little bit of L-carnitine, or something to boost up your dopamine and your acetylcholine amounts. Geez, sometimes even a little bit of glutamatergic, like something that improves glutamate, such as glutamine, stuff like that. It's really, really wicked too. Right. What do we got? I'm going to go through some of these other questions here. We've had Aziz come in. He says, personal testament. I now take every one of those subs James prescribed. I can tell you guys from suffering with anxiety and PTSD myself, along with these subs and meditation, this does work. I'm living proof of this. Listen up. Thanks, big fella. I'm really, really stoked that this works so well for you, man. Because, yeah, dude, it's fuckloads better when you feel fucking awesome, isn't it? Who else we got on here right now? I've got Corey Randall. Good to have you here, big fella. Justin, how are you, mate? Tony Landers has just said, hey, mate, do you rate Bodyguard by MuscleWorks? Let me have a look at it right now, brother. Yeah, it's going to be alright, dude, but it's nothing special. It's just fucking overpriced. It's like $80 for fuck all. I personally wouldn't take it. You know what I mean, man? Oh, yeah, I wouldn't bother with it. What are you paying? $80 for 400 grams. Most of it's fucking fillers. Yeah, dude, no, I wouldn't bother. I wouldn't bother at all. Nah. Wouldn't do it, bro. It's not the best value. Speedo one's way fucking better than that. Way better than that. At the end of the day with these things, like, they're all much of a muchness in the end of the day. Yeah, okay, the Speedo one's a little bit different just because, it's got fucking BCAAs, EAAs, and electrolytes and all that crap. But in the end of the day, like, with your supplements, they're all much of a muchness. A BCAA is just as good as any other BCAA. EAA is just as good as any other one, alright? Assuming the quality is good, like as in they're actually sourced in a good manufacturing practice facility. So yeah, I wouldn't go with that. I wouldn't be marketed. Okay, that's what all these things are, just fucking marketing. All I would stick to the brands you know. James Watson, how are you, Rig? Good to have you here. James has said, what is your one-stop sup shop for quality? I get all my stuff through Speedo because I know the owner. All right, that puts my heart at ease, knowing the bloke who's doing it, and I've known him for like years, so he's not going to dick me around. Other than that, for quality, iHerb, everything on iHerb is really, really quite good. Yeah. They're the two places I generally go to, man. Really, those two. Between those two, you can get pretty much everything you need. Total Nootropics as well. They're one that we use. They're an Australian-based company based in South Australia. The owner of that's a good bloke as well, Chris. And they source really high quality stuff. Right? So that's what I'd recommend. Darcy's just asked, can you send me all them subs through Messenger, please? Probably not, brother. Just go back and watch the video again. I've got a shitload on. So yeah, just watch the video again. Jake's just asked, hey dude, so I've just gone to the gym and my new phase 3 program is to be doing 20 minutes of cardio 3 times a week. Should I smash that before or after lifting? It doesn't matter, bro. See, that's the big thing that a lot of people get confused about. Is they're like, mate, am I better to do my cardio pre-workout, post-workout, fasted, before bed, whenever? It doesn't fucking matter in the end of the day. Unless we actually specify when you need to do it. Like, there's a certain reason. Generally, that it doesn't really fucking matter at all. Generally, okay? That's why we rarely specify the time. So yeah, with all the myths around cardio, like, you know, doing it before a workout is going to cause you to lose more muscle, or after a workout is going to make you burn more fat, or fasted cardio makes you burn a little bit more. Fasted cardio may make you burn a little bit more, but as far as the rest of the timings, fucking don't worry about it, bro. Just get it done whenever you like. Juzzy's just asked, Jimmy, are you an advocate of Vital Greens? Yeah, Vital Greens and just greens mixes are great, alright? They're really good. I take one in the morning, generally when I remember. I also eat a shitload of veggies, so I don't really need to. But yeah, I think they are a really good thing to take, just because, number one, there's no harm in taking them. Number two, you feel good and you feel healthier, just for taking them. And then number three, the other thing is that, potential benefits of them are really good. So they do help with the digestive system. They will unblock your ileocecal valve and make things flow a whole heap better. So yeah, definitely. James has said, want to get you on my podcast, legend. What's your podcast? Tell us that. I'll have a look into it. It would be cool. Ellie's just come and said, bro, do you know there's a random dude walking around in the background? There are several random people, all of which are very shredded and very tan, brother. So we're down in Melbourne for the Arnold Classic. So we've got all competitors here, right? And so they're all going to be walking around there in the background. Are you going to come through, mate? Are you going to come through? There you go. George is going to walk past now as well. And this girl's looking fucking freaky. Very freaky. So hopefully, that one, fingers crossed. I'm wanting to fucking win tomorrow. We should fucking win, get a pro card. But anyway. Yeah, dude, so there's going to be lots of people walking through in the background. Lots of very black people. Alright. Next one, just as soon as I finish this mouthful of Skittles. It's a hard life eating 1,000 grams of carbs a day. PM supplements and sleeping supplements, enhancing that. Guys, one thing you'll learn about me is that I want to enhance every single aspect of my life. I want to enhance how I wake up. I want to enhance how I think through the day. I want to enhance how I recover, the whole lot. And sleep's one of the biggest parts of that. So what we do, and what I do, is I smash myself full of magnesium every single night. So you guys will be probably, on my plans, you'll be taking, 1 to 2 grams of magnesium. Fuck, I take 4. Right? So I jack myself full of that. Smash the 5-HTP as well. About 100 to 300 milligrams a day, depending on how I'm feeling. And then I'll also introduce the Delta Zone. So I smash Delta Zone, 1 scoop, half to 1 scoop, depending on how I'm feeling, throughout just before I go to bed. And yeah, I'll often then pop up to 15 to 20 milligrams of melatonin at night, just to really fucking knock me out. The best thing I do for my sleep though, is I get the celibacy glasses on. Those things are absolutely wicked. From the time about 7:30, 8 o'clock onwards, I whack those bad boys on, do everything with them, and it helps me sleep so much better. Alright? For those of you who haven't seen my Instagrams, okay, they're like these orange glasses and they block out blue light. Blue light keeps you awake and it reduces your melatonin production. What we want to do is we want to increase melatonin production so that you function a lot better, you sleep a whole heap better, and you feel better. Cool? Right, yeah. Adrian just said I need to get those glasses. Brother, get onto it. Go on eBay, alright? I'm going to start selling them, so I'm going to go check a supplier and get a really good supplier. Yeah, bro, jump on eBay. Okay. Mark Giles just asked, tips to help move past the sugar addiction. Is it anything like cigarettes or any other drug addiction? Yeah, bro, 100%. Number one's willpower, right? Straight up. If you really want to beat any addiction, you can go cold turkey. There are people who go cold turkey. But there are people who go cold turkey from heroin. If they can do it, so can you. So that's the number one thing, willpower. Number two, dopamine. You want to replace your dopamine. The reason why you're getting addicted to sugar is because you're used to that dopamine surge. Every time you eat sugar, you get a massive hit of dopamine. The reason why you get this hit of dopamine is so that it encourages you to eat more. Back in the day when we never had sugar available, we never had fuel available, our bodies would just crave it all the time and it would keep us going. And that dopamine regulated motivation is what would literally keep you alive, right? So it's actually a good thing. But in our modern day, where we're all fat and we've got access to bloody everything that we need, it's not good. It backfires because you can just go out to the bloody shops and get it. So you need to boost your dopamine artificially. So taking stuff like tyrosine, L-Dopa, theacrine, they're really, really good ways to do it. Plus also you can hack the gut and improve the gut microbiome, and then it will reduce those sugar cravings. Okay. Gordon and Kimberly, welcome onto the live. Good to have you here. James Patterson has just asked, big fella, thoughts on the herbal tinctures as a supplement for general digestion, energy, and mental function. Herbal tinctures. Was that a spelling mistake or something I don't know? Let me know, brother. Alright, next one. The best ways to fix your digestion. Alright, this is a really, really cool one. Excuse me. When you eat like a dickhead, you will inevitably ruin your digestion. It's not going to work as well. Okay? Why? Number one, it pisses off the gut bacteria. When you piss off the gut bacteria, they secrete this stuff called endotoxin, and it latches onto your gastrointestinal wall, and then it goes into your bloodstream and increases inflammation. All right, and then impairs your gut health that way. Okay, so number one is it's eating like a dickhead pisses off the gut bacteria. Number two is that eating like a dickhead, getting stuff like gluten and dairy in, irritates the gut wall directly. Okay, so not only do you piss off the bacteria, you also piss off their home as well. All right, and you're also putting little holes in that gut lining, okay? And that's not fun at all. It makes you feel like absolute shit, okay? And absolutely smacks your digestion. Next one, you need to improve blood flow to the gut because we're all so stressed all the time. We've got no blood flow going here because we're constantly in fight or flight. If you reduce that fight or flight and improve rest and digest, you will feel a shitload better. Right, Ian? Next one, Timmy Nesbitt's just said, is it true that you shouldn't have tyrosine with protein because it interferes with leucine absorption? Bro, you'd be pretty hard pressed to find any protein without any complete protein without tyrosine in it. If I'm, remember correctly, you're generally gonna get a bit of tyrosine with everything. Will it interfere with leucine absorption? Jeez, man, maybe a little bit, but I'll look into it, dude. I'll look into it, but the logic just doesn't say. It doesn't, come out at me and say anything. You know what? I'm actually just gonna read it right now. Not getting anything, man. Not getting anything, but yeah, look, I'll have a look into it, see if I can find something, but I highly, highly doubt it. See, the reason why people say certain things block certain other things is because they're what's often called competitive inhibitors, or just, competitive for the same receptor and the same binding site. And that means that if you have one receptor, one leucine molecule, and one tyrosine molecule, okay, and then the leucine and the tyrosine, they will fight to get onto that receptor, and tyrosine blocks leucine, okay? That's one way. But the thing is, there's like fucking billions of these receptors, and there's billions of bits of leucine and billion bits of tyrosine, and they can all find in and merrily work together. Right? So it's not a big deal in general. Much like how zinc and magnesium are competitive inhibitors. So if you take zinc and put zinc onto a receptor, it won't let magnesium bind. Okay? Not competitive inhibitors, they're just competitive. But yeah, put zinc onto a receptor and then you try and put magnesium on, it won't go. So that's why people say split it up. But then ZMA works really, really well because you bind, you get zinc and the magnesium onto all different receptors. If that makes sense. Marky's just asked, is bad gut health completely reversible, or will there always be problems? Yeah, if you fix it properly, it's completely reversible. I mean, you may be later on down the line susceptible to more dickheadish things, but, you should be fine in general if you look after it. Jimmy Patterson's just said, herbal tinctures are a liquid extract from herbs. For example, licorice root, fennel seed, basically anything a herb has a known positive effect on the body in some way are usually used. Look into it. Yeah, man, I'll look into it. I'm sure that they're going to be great. There's whole stacks of these things which are good. So yeah, I'll look into it, man. But sometimes they're overrated, these things. A lot of the Chinese ones, they do a little bit, but not really that much. That's why I don't generally delve into them. If I saw all the positive effects from all the time, then I'd use them a lot more. as you just said, bro, give us a quick yeah or nah on L-glutamine. Good question, man. Depends on the purpose. If you want to get, if you want to just get fucking jacked, L-glutamine's not going to get you jacked. All right, it's not going to enhance muscle recovery. In fact, it has no impact on that whatsoever. What it will do, however, is it will improve your gut lining. It will improve your brain function and your nervous system. Okay, so for those reasons, I'm a big fan of L-glutamine. Okay, now Big Paddy Roach has gone somewhere. Don't know where he is, so I'm going to have to introduce you to him later, guys. But what I'm going to do for right now is I'm going to sign off. I'm going to jump off. I'm going to go get something to eat because I'm absolutely cooked. Alright, I hope this helped you. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to click like or comment something so that Zuckerberg keeps showing you this, and you can keep seeing more of these. And then I'll see you next time. Take it easy, guys. Bye.